This is week 3. It's been going really well. It's been like nice to be in a much bigger group of people than I was before. Like I hear the production room back there, they're always laughing and having fun, and I can just barely make out laughs, and I'm like, oh, I wonder what they're talking about. I guess it would be a conflict of interest doing like Cooper Effects and Chase Bliss, but I don't think that was a concern for Joel. I think he would be supportive if I wanted to make more Cooper Effects pedals, but like the truth is I don't want to, and I wouldn't be able to devote that much time to it, you know, if I wanted to do a good job here. So it just made sense to like just kind of cease all operations. I think the whole beauty of it is that it's like, it's not really coming to a close. It's just that like, I feel like I'll be able to flourish a lot more here. I won't be like dragged down by the mundane stuff, like of running a business, and I'll instead be able to do creative things all the time. So I feel like my output will be a lot greater here. It just seems like a real win-win.
One nice thing about working here, or at least in Tom and I's role, is we're just developing pedals. We're in our own sandboxes, and a lot of the stress that comes with making pedals is just not anything we have to deal with. I haven't really worked on any of the stuff that Tom's working on, except insofar as like we spitball problems back and forth and like talk it out, but other than that, it's just two completely separate paths. It used to be Zach that I bothered exclusively, but now I can kind of spread out who I'm bothering between two different people.
Like Joel was asking me, so do you just want to be like completely hands off? Do you just want to be in your own world doing your stuff? And I was like, no, because like I think that's where I get into trouble. I'm just someone who will just throw every feature at the pedal, and it almost makes it unusable a lot of times. Whereas this, it'll feel like it's like enough, you know? Just stop and keep it simple. You're restricted by these things, and use those restrictions as, you know, a form of inspiration.
I actually had a pedal company that I was going to start. I was working on a few designs and I was going to launch. In that process was actually when Joel and I met and started talking together and everything. And some of the DNA from those things, like just the good bits, is working its way into Chase Bliss pedals.
That's it. That's the release.
You did it?
We're going to beta.
Yeah, it's been like a year and a half working on it. It's been an adventure for sure. I've never done this kind of work before, so it's like all learning as I go. I'm really proud of it. It's definitely the coolest project I've ever worked on, for sure. We're both actually in kind of the same stages, roughly, of two different pedals, where the majority of the pedal is there and we're just kind of shoring up details. Once we're done with these projects and it's like the next wave of Chase Bliss projects starts from scratch with both of us here, that's when it'll like really start from a more collaborative edge.
I loosely played in a band with friends in high school, but like it just wasn't my thing. I always felt too weird and like uncomfortable and like not open and like willing to share enough to make music with other people. I guess I'm creative in some ways, but not so much in like the musical way. I don't make music or anything, so it's really cool to make something and hear what other people do with it. I was talking to Zach about this actually, and he said something that I really liked. There's so many ways to be involved in music and participate in the music scene without having to be a musician, and like I think this is just the one that works for me. And I think that's one of the benefits that I have of not really being a musician. Like I come at it from a totally different angle, which probably helps me stand out a little bit. Pedals is kind of, it's like an obsession. You really have to be obsessed to want to do it for your whole day, and then some, you know?